Una mattina mi sono alzato, oh vela ciao, vela ciao, vela ciao, ciao. Welcome back, fellow food geeks. This is Pasta 101. Today we are going to talk about the technique on how to boil pasta, how to keep pasta, how to cook the pasta, and how to store it if need be. So, this is, like I said, a simple class about the basics. And in the end, we'll also have a small little recipe because I know that you would like some sort of a recipe at the end. So, let's get started. First tip is we need a lot of water to boil the pasta. Always remember that the pasta water should be at least 8 to 10 inches above the amount of pasta that you have. That's the first tip. Second tip, you should always salt the water, but you should never start salting the water till the small bubbles start appearing. Only start salting the water when the small bubbles have started appearing, because what happens in science says that if you put the salt beforehand in the cold water, then it takes a longer time to come to a boil. So for that reason, we only put the salt once it has come to a boil, and we don't add a little bit of salt, we add a good amount of salt, almost a tablespoon of salt. So that was the third tip. The fourth tip is that you need to keep stirring the pasta around as and when it's cooking so that it doesn't stick to each other. So we'll stir this. Do you see now it started cooking? And the fifth tip is we do not add any oil to this water. Now oil is added in case you're doing noodles, but for this you don't need to add any oil at all. You can straight away boil it like this. Professional chefs do not add oil to the pasta when they're boiling it. In case you feel like, please go ahead and add oil, but I'm just telling you from the research that I've done. The only exception they make is when they're boiling lasagna sheets, then they do add oil. But otherwise, I have never seen Italian chefs add any oil to the pasta water. Now the sixth tip. When the pasta you think it's ready to be taken out, that is the time you dip in a bowl inside the pasta and take out a little bit of pasta water, at least half a bowl, even more if you want, you take it out. Now this pasta water is gold and is going to add levels and to your cooking, to your taste of your pasta. It is an amazing thing. So please take it out. Okay, now let's talk about the kind of strainers you can use. You can use a plastic colander or a steel colander, which is absolutely fine. In that case, and you plan to take out the pasta water later, then you have to keep a bowl underneath so that the water collects. Or you can use a mesh sieve like this, or the wire strainer I showed you earlier. You can use these also because the pasta would come out. Only spaghetti gives you a problem with these meshes, so it's better to have a colander in case of spaghetti or fettuccine for that matter. Now the seventh tip is that when you take out the pasta, when it's ready, it's al dente, you do not wash it under cold water. That pasta is supposed to be cooked immediately, put in a sauce, or within 5 minutes if your sauce is not ready. But it's preferable to make the pasta only when your sauce is almost done. So 10 minutes takes the pasta to cook, 10 to 12 minutes, and in that time your sauce is ready. So 12 minutes before your sauce is ready, you start cooking the pasta because it is poured directly into the sauce. It is never run under cold water. That is done in Chinese cooking, not in Italian cooking. You never remove the starch because that starch is considered goodness and it adds to the taste. So that was my seventh tip. In case you don't plan to use all the pasta, then you can, and I will tell you how to store it, and then you have to use cold water, but never for fresh pasta. Now I am showing you 3 stages. This is after the pasta has cooked for 3 minutes. Do you see how hard this is? And do you see a white line in the middle? That's because it's uncooked still, but a little bit cooked. So this kind of pasta is perfect if you plan to cook it for 30 to 40 minutes in the oven further. In case you have a cheesy recipe, then please go ahead and remove the pasta when it's so uncooked. This is al dente, which is perfect to put in any sauce. Cook it for like 1 to 2 minutes or 3 minutes and this pasta is ready. Al dente means cooked perfectly with a bite. Do you see? It doesn't have a white line and it has a good firm texture. In fact, it's very supple also. So this is perfect pasta. Now let me show you a pasta which has become floppy because it has overcooked. So this has been cooked for 15 minutes, and do you see how floppy this has become? So if I give it a good move in my hand, it actually, or if I touch it a little bit, like if I stir it in a sauce, it's going to break. So that's not nice. Now if this pasta I'm going to touch, it's supple and it moves like a baby's cheek. And if you see this pasta, it doesn't move, it has some resistance. So that is the difference. When it moves supply but it's not very soft, that is what is al dente, and that is what you need to cook perfect pastas. Just remember that. Now my next tip is in case you have leftover pasta. So my eighth tip is how to store leftover pastas. Now I've taken some pasta and kept it separately for making it right now, but this I want to keep for a later date. So how will I preserve this? I'm going to pour cold water over it. Yes, you heard me right, cold water. Only if you plan to keep the pasta for 6 to 7 days will you put water in it. Now I'll put cold water so that it stops the cooking process, because this pasta was hot. I removed it from the pot, and I'm going to give it a move so that the cold water gets incorporated nicely, and it stops the cooking process. And then I'm going to take it out in another bowl or strain it. You can use a sieve, a mesh, a colander, whatever you want, and strain the pasta. It's creating a mess, so let me just take it over to the sink and do it there and come back with it. So I've rinsed this pasta out. Now to store it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little oil to this. Yes, if you plan to keep it for 6 to 7 days, it's a very starchy food. It's made out of all-purpose flour or durum wheat. It can be made out of any of those things. To store anything made of flour, it does need a little bit of oil. So we're going to oil it just like we do noodles, the same way, and we're going to keep it in any container of our choice after oiling. And now we can go over to our fridge and add it, put it there. Now imagine it's been 7 days or 6 days, and now I want to cook it. So how will I cook it? Because it will be cold and it will come together, and I can't put it in my sauce straight. So I have to refresh the pasta, and the way to refresh it is, you have to put it in a bowl, and we're going to pour hot water over it, boiling hot water over it. Let me just quickly get that water. See, I'm pouring water from an electric kettle, and this is boiling water. And then I'm going to move it around slightly, not with my fingers, of course. I'll use something, using the strainer here, and we'll take it out. So now our pasta has refreshed, and we can cook with it directly. So now these were the steps, and now let me show you a quick recipe as a bonus. So we are going to make pesto pasta. For that we'll need some pasta, some pesto, a little bit of pasta water, and some cherry tomatoes, which I will just slice from the middle, cut them like so. So all we do to assemble it is put everything together. So to my pasta, I'm going to first add a little bit of pasta water and around 2 tablespoons of pesto sauce. You can add more later, just try mixing a little bit first. Give it a mix. I think it needs a slight more amount, so I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm not going to add any salt to this because the pesto is salted, but a little more water because we want a silky sauce to coat the pasta. The farfalle or the butterfly pasta, as we were using, has some grooves and ridges and holds the silky sauce well. And now we're going to add our cherry tomatoes. I just removed a few because I thought they were a bit too much. I can munch on them later. And just mix it up, it's ready. Just put a few pine nuts and your pasta is ready. And see how quick this is for a quick lunch or for your children if they want a snack at some time. Do comment and let me know if you like these kind of videos when I explain the basics of any particular food, because if you do and you give me a like on this, then I will make more of such videos, but that will only happen when I get your feedback. And of course my recipe videos will continue. So I hope you enjoyed this. I really had a lot of fun, and I love sharing whatever knowledge, little knowledge I have, because I know when we share our knowledge it increases. So I hope to catch you soon, because you know there's a whole lot of deliciousness where this came from. You have a good day. Bye bye.